Good morning, students. In the previous classes, we have discussed about the certain biomolecules which were carbohydrates, proteins, and lipids. Today, we will discuss about another biomolecule which are nucleic acids. As these nucleic acids, they are the polymers of the monomer unit which are nucleotides. So, as they are polymers, so they were found to be within the acid insoluble fraction, means within the retentate category. So, if they are present within the retentate category, they were categorized to be as biomacromolecule and having with higher molecular weight, and they are made up of polynucleotides. So, the building block of the polynucleotides, or we can say which make up the nucleic acids, is a nucleotide. As far the discovery is concerned, the nucleic acids were first discovered by Frederick Messiker in the year 1869 from the nucleus of the pus cells. He called it as nuclein. Later on, the term nucleic acid was coined first by Altman in the year 1889. So, the discovery part is concerned, it was discovered first of all Frederick Messiker, but the term nucleic acid, it was coined by Altman. And these nucleic acids, they play an important role in the synthesis of proteins and serves as hereditary material. As these are polynucleotides, that is, these are composed of a chain of nucleotides, and each nucleotide is composed of the following three molecules. The first one, which is an heterocyclic compound containing nitrogen, second pentose sugar, and third phosphate compound. So as to the first molecule, which is heterocyclic in nature, means heterocyclic ring is it. We can go through the meaning. Hetero means other or different, and cyclic means ring-like structure. So means it is an ring structure like cyclic compound that has atoms of at least two different elements as members of its rings. For example, if we draw the benzene ring, we can observe in the ring form only carbon atoms are there, so it may be called as homocyclic. Whereas if within this ring at specific positions we are talking about the heterocyclic compounds in the case of nucleotides, so it is containing nitrogen at positions 1' and 3'. So it is having nitrogens at position 1' and 3'. So it is called as heterocyclic compound. So these heterocyclic compounds, they are also called, within the case of nucleotides, are also called as nitrogenous bases because these contain nitrogen within the heterocyclic ring. And again, these heterocyclic compounds, they are of two types, pyrimidines and purines. As the pyrimidines, they are single ring compounds with nitrogens at positions 1' and 3' of a 6-membered benzene ring. So we can observe the structure of a pyrimidine ring, which is a single ring compound with nitrogen in the position 1' and 3' of a 6-membered benzene ring. The pyrimidines found, they are again of these 3 different types: thymine, cytosine and uracil. As thymine and cytosine, they are present in the DNA, whereas in the case of RNA, the thymine is replaced by the uracil. So, in the case of RNA, uracil is present and cytosine is present, whereas in the case of DNA, thymine and cytosine is present. Now, if we go for the other ring compound, which are purines, the purines, they are double ring compounds, as we may observe, they are double ring compounds, and a purine molecule is formed of a 5-membered imidazole ring. So we may call it as imidazole ring, and this, it is joined to a pyrimidine at the positions 4' and 5'. So we may consider this is 6-membered benzene ring and this one is 5-membered imidazole ring. If we join it, so then it may have 11-membered, but obviously 4 and 5th position it would be fused, so it will give up a 9-membered ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are the purine nitrogenous bases, and the nitrogenous bases, in the case of purine, they are again of 2 types, adenine and guanine. So we can learn it, means they are pyrimidines, they are single ring compounds, whereas purines, they are double ring compounds. So just for remembering, we may consider that the name is bigger but the structure and the size is smaller. In this case, the name, in this case we may observe less number of letters are there. So the name is smaller but the structure is bigger. So as we have discussed that the uracil is present in the case of RNA, which is not present in the case of DNA. So DNA, it is the primary genetic material present in all life forms except certain viruses in which the RNA acts as the genetic material. Now we'll come to the second molecule, the second component of the nucleotide, which is a pentose sugar. And this pentose sugar, it is a monosaccharide. We have discussed in the biomolecule carbohydrates, we have discussed whenever a disaccharide is broken down, 2 units of monosaccharides are derived. For example, in the case of digestion, we have discussed when the maltose sugar is broken down. So we have discussed in the part of digestion that when maltose sugar was broken down in the presence of enzyme maltase, it gives 2 units of glucose. Just like we have discussed when sucrose is broken down in the presence of enzyme sucrase, it gives 1 unit of glucose plus 1 unit of fructose. So these are disaccharides, means they yield 2 units of monosaccharides whenever they are broken down upon hydrolysis. So the pentose sugar here, they are monosaccharides and having 5 carbon atoms. So they are specifically of ribose type pentose sugar. The structure we may draw like this: OH, H, H, OH, H, OH, H, CH2OH. Means we can number the ring: first position, second position, third position, fourth position, and fifth position. Carbon atoms, they are 5 in number at one position, second position, third position, fourth position, and fifth position. So C5 hydrogen, total number of atoms 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 9, 1, 10. Hydrogen 10, and oxygen, one atom oxygen, second atom of oxygen, third atom, fourth atom, and fifth atom. This is the formula for ribose sugar. Now, if we remove the oxygen at the second prime position, here do we have written OH, and here only H, means oxygen has been removed and rest of the structure is similar. CH2OH. Here oxygen atom would be there. So as the oxygen, it has been removed, so it would be called as deoxyribose. Because oxygen has been removed at the second prime position as compared to this case. So here the formula for deoxyribose sugar is C5H10O4. So this is the deoxyribose sugar, and as it is having one atom less of oxygen as compared to the ribose sugar, so it is stable. Whereas the ribose sugar, it contains one more atom of oxygen as compared to the deoxyribose sugar, so it is unstable. So we also observe that DNA is stable over RNA, as RNA is having more oxygen, so due to presence of oxygen, it provides reactivity. So it is more reactive as compared to the deoxyribose. And this deoxyribose sugar, it is also called as 2' deoxyribose, because at the position second prime carbon atom, the oxygen atom has been removed, so it has converted to, that is, deoxyribose sugar. And as DNA, it is stable, so it is the primarily preferred genetic material to be considered. And when the ribose sugar is present within the genetic material, then it forms the RNA, which stands for ribose nucleic acid. Whereas when the deoxyribose sugar is present as a pentose sugar within the nucleotide strand, then it is called as DNA, which stands for deoxyribose nucleic acid. Now the third molecule, which is the phosphate compound, which is present in the form of phosphoric acid, which is S3PO4, P double bond O, OH, OH, OH. So this phosphate molecule is present to form the structure along with the addition of nitrogenous base, pentose sugar, and phosphate compound. Compound is formed which is called as nucleotide, and these are the building blocks of the nucleic acids. So if we remove the phosphate from the nucleotide, then it would be called as nucleoside, means When a nitrogenous base and a molecule of pentose sugar is added, then nucleoside is formed. And when with the nucleoside a phosphate molecule is added, then it gives the nucleotide. So a pentose sugar we have discussed the structure about the ribose sugar, and at the position at this place a nitrogenous base is added. So when a base and a pentose sugar is added, it forms nucleoside. And when a pentose sugar and a base along with the phosphate group is added at the position 5' carbon atom, then it is called as nucleotide. So the basic difference between a nucleoside and nucleotide, we can say in the case of nucleoside the phosphate group is absent, whereas in the case of nucleotide the phosphate group is also present. So till so far here, in the next class we'll discuss about the structure of the different nitrogenous bases. Thank you. Have a nice day.